Welcome to the Learn Life. This is Shashank Mishra as a host here with the eminent senior advocate of Supreme Court of India, Subhas Markandeji. Topic of the today's session is Unveiling Granite statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose near India Gate. I want to remind our viewers that Subhash Chandra Bose, the Netaji Passage to Immortality, the book written by the Subhas Markandeji, has been published and according to which we will be talking today. So my first question on massive 28 feet monolithic granite statue of Netaji Subhas Bose has been unveiled by Narendra Modi ji yesterday. What do you feel about it?
So there are some anecdotes uh, about this installation of Netaji's statue in the canopy. So this canopy in which the statue of King George V of Great Britain was installed at the India Gate monument, it had that statue of King George V, which was removed in 1968 from there. So no one knew what to do about this. So at least I don't know about what was passing in the minds of all these people. But one thing is for sure that, I wrote an article in a magazine called Bharat Pathik. So there, I said like this. The author ventures to suggest the following initial corrective measures for restoring the honor that is due to Netaji, the greatest son of modern India. Number one, recognizing Netaji as the first president and celebrating August 23 as Azad Hind Day every year. Number two, this is what I installation of Netaji's statue in the canopy vacated by King George V statue at India Gate in New Delhi. So this is what I suggested. So I this is the first anecdote which I can relate. The second anecdote is that uh, uh, a colleague in my chamber, Mr. G. Sheshagiri Rao, knew the Prime Minister of India at that time, Mr. Narasimha Rao, very well. So on his birthday, he took me to his residence to congratulate him on his birthday. So, so we all went there, and Mr. Uh, Narasimha Rao was in a quandary because on that day he had received two representations. One saying that the place vacated by uh, King George V's statue should be replaced by the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. So, second uh, representation was that the statue of Jawaharlal Nehru should be installed there. So he was in a quandary, and he was, because all his close people were there, he was discussing in a freewheeling manner. So I suggested to him, sir, why don't you install the statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, because he was the best of all the freedom fighters. And this is what I said to him, that Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose was one of the greatest revolutionaries of the world. During his lifetime, winning India's freedom was the only concern, his only concern. But the concept of freedom was foggy. Many congressmen, including Gandhiji, had accepted dominion status as the goal of freedom struggle. But Netaji imparted many new dimensions to the concept of freedom, first of which was Purna Swaraj. He didn't want anything to do with the dominion status. He said, why should we take dominion status? That's a lower status. I want full freedom, Purna Swaraj. So And he was the first to advocate the socio-economic emancipation of Indian masses as the uh, and planned development accompanied by spiritual enrichment and family planning was the panacea which he prescribed for India's ills. He fervently believed in bringing women into the freedom struggle and assigned to them a role which was equal to that of men. And of course, the INA saga. So, in that context, I also told him that Michael Edwards, one of the authors, very prominent British authors, had said this in his book called Last Years of British India. He candidly observes that the British had not feared Gandhi, the reducer of violence. They no longer feared Nehru, who was rapidly assuming the lineaments of statesmanship. The British, however, feared Subhas Bose. The ghost of Subhas Bose, like Hamlet's father, walked the battlements of Redford, and his suddenly amplified figure overawed the conferences that were to lead to independence. So, what I said is that he didn't want transfer of power because he was not a power hungry person. He wanted independence of his country. So, it's it's a befitting tribute to him to install his um, statue in that place vacated by King George V. So uh, Mr. Narasimha Rao said that Mr. Markande, I do not have the courage to install the statue of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, though I admire him a great deal, but I have political constraints
Yes, sir.
of my party and their view or whatever. So some bolder prime minister will definitely install his statue in that place vacated by George V statue. So he predicted that some bold prime minister, bolder than me, will certainly install his statue. So yesterday was the grand day, uh, at least I had aspired. So one of my aspirations had been realized by installation of Netaji's grand statue, 28 feet tall and very solid, made in Telangana Granite, the place from where I was born and brought up. So it was a kind of dream coming true. So I was exhilarated. I was very inspired. I was very happy to see the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, unveiling that statue. So this I want to record for this day. It's a great day, at least for me. There was a lot of criticism by his family members that you did not choose a particular day. No, this itself, every day is good enough. The day it's installed is also a landmark. Why should we choose a particular day? The day that it's installed and unveiled itself is a auspicious day. So thank you very much
Thank you,
for
sir.
recording that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.